meeting a quiet kid who absolutely hates public speaking. In fact, not only does he hate it, he even hates talking on the phone, and sometimes he'll even hide under the bed when people come over to visit because he hates talking to people so much. What do you think his mom is going to do? Well, naturally, she'll sign him up for speech and debate. 3 years of it. This young man, his name is Connor McBride, was my debate coach in high school. Not only was he my debate coach, however, I've also seen him speak to audiences of hundreds. Obviously, speech and debate made a huge impact in his life. In fact, his story inspired me to commence competitive forensics back when I was starting out in high school. So speech and debate can have many different benefits. Fulbright scholar and 4-time national forensics qualifier Jonathan Carr once avowed, "Debate instills in teenagers the skills necessary to be competent adults." So I believe that competing in forensics augmented my ability to think, boosted my academic skills, and built my character. So today we're going to look at each of those different things. What are the different types of debates the different types of benefits that competitive forensics can bring? I believe that there are 3 types: academic, intellectual, and emotional. Let's look at those intellectual benefits first. Forensics augmented my ability to think. Jennifer Billman of the National Forensic League once wrote, "Research overwhelmingly indicates that forensics increases students' oral and written communication skills," unquote. And I can attest that this is true in my own life, because through the process of writing debate cases and presenting them in front of people, and then going home and rewriting them or researching them some more and continuing to refine, my writing skills increased exponentially, as well as my oral skills. So my communication skills through forensics were truly built up and impacted through the 2 years of competition that I was able to have. Not only that, but according to a 1991 survey by McMillan and Todd McKillis among college students in competitive speech, quote, "One of the most broadly recognized advantages of competitive forensics is improved critical thinking," unquote. And I believe this is true for me as well. Forensics trained me how to think and communicate logically and precisely. I noticed that I changed how I thought through the process of competing in speech and debate, because I learned how to respond to arguments and respond to ideas in a way that made sense. So those are the 2 of the intellectual benefits of forensics: improved communication skills and the ability to think, improve critical thinking. What about academic benefits of speech and debate? Well, forensics boosted my academic skills for sure in a big way, through 2 specific ways. First of all, forensics made learning relevant and memorable because of the competition. And how does competition help? Well, when you are put into a contest to see who can understand the nature of government most effectively, who understands it the best, you're going to be very, very motivated to understand it really well. So as I would research the Rwandan genocide or the purpose of government, I had a motivation to remember what I was learning. And so it made learning so much, forensics made learning so much more applicable to my life, and made me remember what I learned so much more, even more than whatever I learned in history or science, because I cared, I wanted to win. And so forensics definitely made learning relevant and memorable. Not only that, the second academic benefit of speech and debate for me was that it improved my research skills. And the biggest reason was because competitive debate, required me to argue for both sides of an issue. And so that means that I couldn't simply say, "Oh, I'm just going to look up a Wikipedia article and know everything I need to know about the Rwandan genocide." No, because I had to debate both sides. I would have to say, yes, the government, America should have intervened, or no, America should not have. And so I had to go deeper and learn how to research and find the information I needed to be able to argue for both sides. So debate and forensics in general just really improved my research skills, which has been a skill that has been incredibly beneficial as I'm in college now writing research papers. So we see that forensics has intellectual benefits, it has academic benefits. What about emotional benefits? Well, I truly believe that forensics improved my character in several different ways. First of all, forensics, especially impromptu speaking, improved my confidence exponentially. It helped me not to be so fearful. just in general. Because in the event of impromptu in particular, you're required to get a topic that you're going to talk about, look at it for 2 minutes, and then have a 5-minute speech ready within that 2 minutes to present. And so being thrown into that, I didn't really want to do this event, but as I practiced and I learned how not to be afraid as I was presenting speeches anymore. Before that, I could stand up in front of people and pretend I wasn't afraid, but I was actually very timid. But today, I can just stand up and talk to people. I'm not afraid anymore. And not only that, but forensics expanded my horizons and made me more open-minded, especially because I had to debate both sides. Because I realized that I have to be able to understand reasons for 2 sides of a complex issue, 2 or more sides. I couldn't just say, oh, my position's right, I'm not going to listen to you, blah, blah, blah. Because then later on in the day, in the tournament, I would have to go over to this side and argue for this side. So it truly made me understand people better, have more empathy and more humility and more open-mindedness. So those are some of the character benefits, the emotional benefits that speech and debate gave me. So in summary, all these benefits really motivate many parents to put their kids into speech and debate, like my mom did for me and Connor's parents did for him. Acclaimed writing teacher Andrew Pudewa once visited a forensic tournament as a parent and wrote, "Going to that first speech and debate tournament actually gave me hope for this world. I saw and heard these young men and women preparing themselves with writing, speaking, teamwork, and leadership skills so desperately needed in our world today." Unquote. I am thankful for my forensics journey because it equipped me to meet the challenges of college and beyond. Thank you.